Working in kitchens for many years gives someone a unique inside view into the stresses and pressures that chefs encounter on a daily basis. This article aims to be an honest look at the different mental health issues which affect chefs and how they can be managed. A career as a chef can be very stressful. The long hours and high-pressure environment can lead many chefs to have mental health issues, and the subject of burnout is very real within the industry. There are several contributing factors to be aware of and different techniques for mitigating their effects. Whilst researching for this article, one came across a great organization, the Burnt Chef Project, which has been set up to help chefs with the mental health struggles they often face. I will link to their website here, opens in a new tab. And also at the end of the post. I wrestled with the best way to write this article. Should I do lots of research to compile facts and figures about just how many chefs are affected? Whilst this approach does have benefits, such as highlighting how far-reaching the mental health issues are within the catering industry, that is not the route I have chosen to take. I believe anyone reading this article who is looking to become a chef, opens in a new tab, would like to know what pitfalls to be aware of, and how best to prepare themselves. Alternatively, anyone already in the trade and struggling with mental health issues may be looking for some support. With that in mind, I have chosen to base this article on my personal experiences and those of my fellow colleagues. I always aim to give a fair and balanced view to provide the impartial advice which many readers are looking for. It goes without saying that not all chefs will suffer from these various issues. However, in my experience, many do encounter at least one or two of these problems over a career spanning several decades. 8 out of 10 hospitality professionals report having experienced at least one mental health issue during their career. The Burnt Chef Project. Long working hours affect chefs' mental health. The long working hours can have a huge impact on a chef's mental health. As well as being physically demanding, they are often mentally exhausting. Finishing a shift late at night and then having to be back in early the next day is a recipe for a lack of good quality sleep. The wind-down factor is of huge importance to chefs. A kitchen service, opens in a new tab, can be very intense with the adrenaline pumping. It is very difficult to simply switch off afterwards and go to sleep. A chef may leave the kitchen at 11 p.m., but by the time they get home, shower, possibly eat and generally wind down, it can be more like 1 to 2 a.m. before they get to bed. If they are then required to be in work for the breakfast shift, opens in a new tab, at 7 a.m. the next day, this lack of sleep can make it very difficult to function correctly. Choosing work venues which either don't offer breakfasts, or there are specific breakfast chefs, is a good way to help get some more sleep. The finishing times will still be late, but the later morning starts will hopefully help to compensate. Unsociable working times can cause depression in chefs, similar to long hours, but another issue in itself is the unsociable days in which chefs are required to be in work. The nature of being a chef is such that whilst many people are enjoying public holidays and weekends off, these will in fact be the busiest times to be at work. The extra number of people not in work and out looking for good food and drinks mean that a kitchen will be all hands on deck for these days. A chef can request a special day off, such as a bank holiday, or even just a Saturday. But it would require a very large kitchen brigade and an even larger understanding on the head chef's part to allow the chef to be granted these days off. The reality is that many of these public holidays will come and go whilst a chef is at work. Some people are able to make this work to their advantage. Perhaps a chef has a partner who is in a similarly demanding occupation and has to work the unsociable days as well. In this instance, they can book quieter days off together, allowing quality time together and enjoying the bars and restaurants without the busyness of everyone else being there. Even the most understanding partners and families can find this difficult. Opens in a new tab. I personally worked many Christmases and bank holiday days, and these can be especially difficult times. Only the greatest fan of their career would not question their choices in these moments. For balance, I will point out that these days can also be really good fun at work. There is a laid-back, jovial atmosphere, whereby everyone gets into the holiday spirit. Those that don't have a partner or close family may find this kitchen bond actually quite warming. At a difficult time,